Hello everyone, welcome back to Wild Photography. In today's video lesson, we are going to learn about what is ISO. This is part of the series of 3 pillars of photography. So let's get it started. There are a few prerequisite videos before you watch this one. They are how to start wildlife photography and the introduction to the 3 pillars of photography. I have given the links to these 2 videos in the description of this video. Kindly go through these 2 videos and then come back and watch this video. So, to explain what is ISO relates to a sensor's sensitivity to light. That is the definition. So don't worry about the definition. We are not here to manufacture a camera. We are here to understand a camera well and use it. So in the next slide, the examples, whatever I'm going to give you, will give a thorough understanding of what is ISO, and till the time you are in photography, you won't forget after listening to that. So let's go to 2 different scenarios which I am going to explain to you. The scenario number 1, there is a dark room. So what would you do if you walk into this dark room? Since it is a dark room, there is less light, and you would open your eyes up so that you get some visibility to see the objects within the room. Scenario number 2, it is a bright sunny day and you are walking outside your home. What you would do, since there is more light, you will partially close your eyes or shrunk your eyes to have a better visibility. So now, to put this into a different perspective, on a dark room, if you are not wide opening your eyes, what would happen is you won't be able to see any objects properly. You will probably see dark. And on a bright sunny day, if you are not partially closing your eyes, your vision gets washed out. This is the exact thing happens in a photographic situation as well. In a low light situation, you pump up the ISO. That means you are indirectly increasing the sensitivity of your sensor. And on a sunny day, when the light is sufficient, you no need to pump up your ISO. You shoot at the base ISO. And similar way, on a low light situation, if you don't pump up your ISO, your image would go dark. On a situation where the light is sufficient or bright, if you are pumping up your ISO, your image would go washed out. As simple as that. This is the basics of ISO. One important thing in increasing your ISO is when you are pumping up your ISO, it induces noise in the picture as well. This is the reason most probably you'll see on your images the sharpness is not sufficient. You will feel your image is not so soft. You are not getting that creamy bokeh which you would see in other pictures. This is the reason you are not shooting it on the right ISO. So this statement what I'm going to give you now, keep it at your back of your mind always. So the real skill lies in capturing a wildlife moment in the least possible ISO. So you are going with your friend, you both are shooting a same moment. You got the moment at an ISO of 1500, but your friend was able to capture the same moment at ISO 100, then he would get a much cleaner, good looking image of the same moment. So that's it in this video lesson. The key takeaways are: number 1, ISO is pumped up in low light situations. More ISO means more noise. Noise will erode your sharpness in the image. But the good news is the noise can be fixed in post-processing to an extent. So when I start the post-processing videos, I will explain you how noise can be corrected on your post-processing workflow. So if you have any questions related to ISO or any further clarifications, please leave me a note at the comment section. I would be glad to answer those questions for you. I will meet you soon with another video lesson from this basics of wildlife photography. Thank you so much.